Once upon a time, there was a boy named Kalen. He was different from everyone else in his family. He was naturally bright, funny, and a great speaker, but he was plagued by arrogance, egoism, and a refusal to accept responsibility for his faults and actions. He grew up without a father, raised instead by his mother and grandmother who did everything for him. He grew up without any forms of discipline, and this caused him to stagnate and develop delinquent habits. He frequently lied, cheated, and even got expelled from one of his high schools. One day, his grandmother got sick and passed away on the same day that he learned of her illness. After a long period of grief, he began to feel something strange: fury. Fury for someone he had never even met before: his father. Who was he to abdicate his responsibility and leave it for a frail old woman, he thought. But who was Caleb to talk? He was just as irresponsible. And suddenly an epiphany struck him. He was irresponsible because his dad was irresponsible. He was a liar because his dad was a liar. He didn't feel like he fit in with anyone from his mother's side of the family because fundamentally he wasn't from there. He was his father's son. With this newfound knowledge, he gave in to all the vices given to him by his father. Dead-end jobs and frivolous sex characterized his life up until the age of 21, when he had to have major hip surgeries that left him crippled for nearly 3 years. While he was grounded, he realized that he didn't like himself. In fact, he hated who he was and who his father made him to be. He wanted to change that, so he applied to Jordan Peterson's fellowship at the Acton School of Business. Miraculously, he even got accepted. But initially, he didn't take it seriously. He knew that he wasn't cut out for this kind of opportunity. He wasn't mature and hardworking enough, but he humored the workload for a few weeks. For his Stars and Stepping Stones project number 2, he interviewed his acting teacher, who's an amazing dad, and he even brought his 6-year-old son with him. When it was over, on the verge of tears, seeing the beautiful dynamic that he had missed while growing up, Kalen thought enough was enough and phoned his father's gym, where he worked. His father was a personal trainer, just like Kalen. He gave his dad a fake name and they agreed to meet for a coffee. They met, and after some small talk, Kalen revealed who he was. And after a long talk, he learned that his father wasn't an evil person, and that things are never that simple. But most importantly, he learned that his dad was not a liar, nor a cheater, nor a delinquent. He didn't get that from his dad. That was entirely his. He was not his father's son. He was Kalen. And Kalen had a lot of work to do on himself so that one day he could be the best father that he possibly could be. The age of self-victimization and scapegoating was over, and the age of personal responsibility and self-development had arrived, all in the form of a little school on East Riverside Drive in Austin, Texas.